What's going on, folks? Hope you all had a good week. Man, it is hot today. We've got a heat advisory. It feels like 100 degrees already. As you know, I just turned 50, and being an old man now, this heat really takes it out of you quickly. And even though it's crazy hot out, I got to take all this lumber right here. I'm going to be running it through the edger, and then I'm going to be running it through the planer. I'm going to bring you all along for all of that. I've already asked most of this stuff. I just had this little bit left over here on these sawhorses. The kids were going to do this, but one got a full-time job and the other one has some school stuff and other things going on. So I'm just going to do it myself. So I'm going to be running all this right here through the edger to clean the edges up and straighten it up. Then I'm going to go up and get our 24-inch planer, our grizzly planer, and we're going to run all this stuff and try to get the most boards we can out of it. I don't know if I'll get done with all that stuff on this video, but at some point today, we're going to go up to the greenhouse and we're going to check that lumber we threw up there. We threw all that black walnut, pecan, what else did we throw in there? I think we threw some oak and some sweet gum. And we just got these moisture meters in from YOWEXA. They asked if I wanted one to try out and test out on the video, and so I told them sure thing. And while you're at it, they'll go ahead and send 2 of them just so I can check accuracy and make sure they're consistent. I can't find my good moisture meter. I don't know where it's at, but having 2 of these, I'll be able to check the moisture content with both of these. And if they both have the same reading, then they're pretty accurate. And that's the one thing about some of these cheaper moisture meters. You always want a good one that you can test and make sure it's accurate. And then, you know, before you start using it and trusting it, you want to know that it's accurate and it's consistent. So having 2 of them, it should be a reliable reading. But yeah, this is the YOWEXA moisture meter. And I'll put a link in the description so you can find these right here. I think these are like 20 bucks or something. Like right now, this thing is 17.9%, which is probably about right. This stuff is pretty dry for just sitting out. I mean, you can see it's curled up, it's so bad. But 17.7 seems about right on this stuff. So yeah, we're gonna run these up there to the greenhouse. We're gonna test that walnut and stuff we threw in there a while back. It's been several months now, I guess. But I had quite a few people asking about that stuff, asking if it works, the greenhouse works for drying lumber. But we're gonna find out, because technically I don't know, because I couldn't find my other moisture meter. Now I got 2 of those, so I'll be able to test them and test the accuracy of those also. And my poor shed. Yes, I need to finish the roof. So I hadn't got anything done down here. I'm still working on the sawmill, still working on the shed up there, still working on everything. This heat and these hot days just really take it out of you. It's hard to get down here and get motivated and do stuff. We do have some orders we need to get out. That's one of them, with running that stuff through the planer. We got to get that done. And I still got to fix this winch. I still have not worked on this winch. I got a lot to do. And I need to upgrade this sawmill too. That's another factor there too, is all this heat, and just, I've already changed shirts one time today. I changed shirts the first hour I was out here. I changed shirts, and probably gonna be changing again soon because I'm already soaked. Yeah, this manual sawmill in this heat and this weather, it's just, that's the last thing I want to do. I don't like to be discouraged. I love sawmilling, but this ain't the kind of sawmilling I love doing. Yeah, I topped the gas off on this thing yesterday. Look at the gas tank. It's about to explode. A lot of pressure from the heat. Let the pressure off that thing. That's crazy. Look at the fumes. I gotta clean all this mess up. I got all this wood over here, wood on the ground. I got all the little strips over there from this thing. I need all the room I can get to stack this lumber, because it's quite a bit of lumber over there. This stuff is just stuff I gotta stack. This is what we call our community lumber. My neighbors and anybody else that comes down and needs a little bit of lumber, I'll put this in a stack over there and let them dig in it, get what they need for little projects and things. It is my community lumber spot over there. One guy's actually brought me a log yesterday, a pecan log. We all help each other out here. It's the country, we're all family pretty much. And before we get started, I wanna go ahead and thank all you guys for the likes and subscribes and comments you do, and for all our paid members and patrons. We appreciate everything you guys do. It really keeps the channel going. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And I keep getting quite a bit of people asking about stickers. We hadn't done a sticker giveaway in a while. You know what, let's go ahead and do another one of those, because I've had a lot of requests for them in older videos, people commenting videos that are a year old, you know. So let's go ahead and do one of those now. So yeah, comment free sticker in the comments and I'll send you a free sticker. And I'll tell you what else we're gonna do. I got 2 of these meters right here. It'll probably be a week or so before I do the giveaway on these, but I'm gonna give one of these away. I only need 1 of them. The only reason I have 2 is to double test them and make sure they're accurate and consistent. Once I do that, I really only need 1. So I'm gonna do a giveaway of one of these. If you guys are interested in that, follow along and I'll announce that when we give one of these away. So if you can use a moisture meter, stay tuned. And again, those were sent to me by YOWEXA. I'll have a link in the description where you can find them for yourself if you wanna buy one. But we are gonna do a giveaway on one of these. So enough of me running my mouth. Let's get to work. Well, we got a lot of that cleaned up. I need to get a bucket on there and really scrape this stuff down, but I'm gonna wait till I do this first and then get to cleaning up, because I don't want to have to re-clean as soon as I clean this up doing the next job. So heritage stacks, we're looking at this and this on the ground here. That over there has already been ran, so all we gotta do is edge this for now. We're gonna load all this on that trailer. We're gonna get it up there. We're gonna plane it all down, get it reloaded to the customer, so the customer will have his wood and be happy. Now, I do have another set of blades for this edger here. However, it's still cutting really good with the original blades. They're starting to get a little duller. They're not quite as sharp now as they used to be, but they still cut pretty good. I have noticed the edges aren't as clean as they were. I'm thinking it's about time to change them, but I think we got another job on this right here we can get out before we have to change those. And I do want to show you the process of changing these blades out. Might be a lot easier than you think it is. Mini edgers, they have the split blades. This one has the solid blades. However, this entire cover comes off, and there's a big plate you can take out, and that shaft, everything slides right out of it. So pretty simple. We're gonna run this job with the blades we got on there, and we'll change those out when we get done and get ready for another job, because I think it is getting time to change those out. I don't know if I can take those and get them sharpened, or I just order another set of blades. And I have been a little hoarse the last few days, if you're wondering. I kind of explained it in the last video. If you've ever had acid reflux real bad, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you ever woke up in the middle of the night or in the middle of a nap with acid reflux full on, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain it. I cough so much, my ribs hurt. They still hurt. Feels like I've been doing sit-ups at the gym or something. Also, I lost my voice a little bit, but it was bad. And acid reflux, that was no joke. I don't wish that on nobody. But I'll get my voice back, so no problem. That's when you know you're out of shape. When you cough so bad, your ribs hurt. But we're gonna be changing that. We're gonna start getting healthy. 50 years old, like I said, I can't afford a midlife crisis, so I guess I need to start getting back into shape. And I see how big I've gotten over the last year or so. I've really gained some weight. I don't even know what I weigh right now, but getting pretty hefty there. So it's time to lose some weight and get back a little healthy. So we're gonna be doing that from now on. But let's get this wood sawed up. Let that warm up for a minute. Most of this stuff's gonna be 6 and 8 inches. I think I can get some 10 inches out of some of this stuff. Most of it's not that big. I think right now this thing is right under 8 inches after it dried, so this will probably end up being a 1x6. And those over there, I think those are 1x10, so they'll be a 1x8. I'll tell you, this heat is just almost unbearable. It's just so hot. Wind's not blowing. It's just stagnant air. We got that done though. We got that stack. I got another little stack I got to do first though. But first I'm going up to cool off and have a little lunch. Here's what we got here. We got all 1x6s and 1x8s. I got a few 1x5s right here, just because they were already below 6 inches, and I knocked them down to 5 inches. But we got nice clean edges now, straight boards, straight and accurate and true. So now we can run them through the planer and make a nice finished board. We're going to plane those down to 3/4 inch, or the best we can anyway. Some of them may end up a little thinner, but these were all cut to 4/4. So hopefully we can get 3/4 out of them. But now I'm going to cool off a little bit. I'll be right back with you in a minute. All right, it took me about a 4-hour lunch to cool off. It's starting to cool down a little bit outside now. Look at this field. That's insane. I need to get up here and mow this stuff. But right now I'm at the greenhouse. I got my little moisture meters, got both of them in my hand. We're gonna test this wood out we put in here several months back. Oh, it smells like straight up walnut in here. Look at that. Got some old red oak right there. I cut this red oak to 4/4, but now it's under 3/4. I had some the other day I pulled out. It was about 1/2 inch. It's crazy. And there is that sweet gum. Look at that thing. It's burled up, curled up. I think some of that, actually, I think this may be that. Actually, I think that might be that red elm. I'm not mistaken. The one that was real red. I actually gave a friend some of that stuff, and he made a really cool tabletop with it. We're going to check the moisture content on this stuff. It's been out here quite some time, several months. I think there's some pecan right there. I want to check that stuff too. But on the bottom is all the walnut. That was that monster walnut log I cut. So let's test this stuff out. And you want to talk about hot. It's hot in here. Go down one. So here's that red elm right here. We'll try to get into it. Oh, so that just showed 10.8. Nope, 10 point. There's a few points off. All right, so that's the red elm that we had. We thought we couldn't tell if it was cherry or not a while back. But if you look at this right now, we're a few points off. Of course, we're not in the exact same spot, so you really have to be in the exact same spot to have it accurate every time. So 10.5, 10.1, they're pretty accurate. I don't know if I stuck one in deeper or not than another, so pretty darn close. I'll tell you what, this one is, well, I kind of knocked that out a little bit now. So we got 10.2 right there. Try to hit the same holes, which I'll never do. 10.3, 10.2. So that's pretty accurate. Yeah, that's that red elm right there. We had 10% moisture. That's pretty much dry, I think. I don't know if you can get it much drier in just a regular greenhouse that doesn't have any fans or anything. I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, that's that red elm right there. It's got that bark that looks like dragon scales. On top of it, some red oak. But all that underneath is black walnut. That's what I got all the weight on top of. I really wanted to take care of that more than anything else. I heard somebody tell me I had it stacked all wrong, but I wasn't really worried about this stuff on top. It was just kind of a scraps and slabs and pieces or whatever, stuff I was playing with. And all the weight is on top of my black walnut. And if you can look, see that stuff? It is beautiful and straight. I got some walnut slabs on top, and everything's perfectly straight on bottom. The top stuff, I expected it was probably gonna warp a little bit. Let's see what we get in this walnut here. I got 11 or 10.9. And you really gotta jam that stuff in there. So I got 8.4 here. 8.8 is kind of bouncing around, but also I am 10.4, 10.2, 3. I got 10.2 right here, and that is in mode 2. Now I got a ton of maple out here in this tall grass that I wanted to put in here. It never made it in here. I forgot all about it. It's still sitting out there. It's starting to warp a little bit, but that stuff's pretty dry anyway. It's been sitting there for a long time. Actually, it's been sitting down by the sawmill for a long time. I had planned to put it in here and just stack it on top of all this stuff, but for some reason I forgot about it. So either way. So even the walnut is showing like 9.8. So I call our greenhouse kiln a success. I did want to put fans in there, just never got around to it. And I need to put some solar panels up here for to operate the fans. But I think having a fan in there will help it dry a lot quicker. But how it's set up right now, it's drying slow probably, but I hadn't checked it. I've been wanting to come up here and check it. It's probably been that dry, or as dry as it is right now. It's probably as dry as it's gonna get. And it was probably already here weeks ago. But everybody told me I was gonna have a problem with that black walnut drying. They said it wasn't gonna dry evenly or dry all the way through. Looks to me like it's pretty dry though. And it is hot. Today is just insane. I went and took a lunch break and I took about 4 hours off. So I've only been back out here for a few minutes and I'm soaking sweat. If you look at my field, it is completely grown up. I never did get that plow put back together, so I really needed to work on that. And I may still actually come out here and plant some corn for the end of the year, some fall corn. Let's go check our grapes while we're here. I'm sure these muscadines, scuppidines are nowhere near ready yet, but every year the deer just destroy them, decimate them. They get to a point where they're just loaded down, they're ready to pick, and then the day I plan to pick them, I come out here and they're just gone. They're ate up. The deer eat them up, birds eat them up, squirrels, whatever, coyotes. But yeah, we're loaded down right now. They're starting to turn colors. Yeah, they're loaded down right now. They're getting some good size on them. We did make wine out of these a few years in a row. I don't really drink, but it was some very sweet, tasty wine. Yeah, look at those. Pretty grapes. Muscadines, scuppidines. They're grapes. Let's see if we can find one we can eat. Oh, that one's ready. Look at that. Beautiful. We'll know if it's really sour or not. Wow, it's really good. Wow, that's excellent. I do like to start checking them this time of year because we do end up having a lot of early ones. I look down in there, I don't know if you can see those. There's a bunch of them in here that's ready. Those are ready to eat. So we'll get all the early ones, we'll pick those, and it won't be till mid-October the rest of these will be ready to go. These things are delicious. These are a little unripe, but they are soft, so they are edible. Beautiful grapes though, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I definitely need to come up here with a bucket and pick some of these. Look at all those. Ready and ripe. Look at that. These are delicious too. Delicious. Yeah, it is a pear apple tree. That's my gardening for today. Let's get back down to the sawmill. At this point, this is all I have left is this right here on the ground. I'm gonna get that stacked up on the sawhorses over here and start running that stuff through the edger. Now I'm gonna get that stack and the stack we got over there and take them all up to the planer. Start running those things down and getting them smoothed out and finished. But before I do that, I want to show you this new saw I got. You've been following us along for a while. You saw me do a review on this little saw. This is actually a pole saw and it converts into a little mini saw. That thing, we use it every day at the sawmill. Then we got the 40 volt, 16-inch 40 volt saw. This thing's been awesome. I hadn't had to crank the chainsaws up in a while. This is all I use now for butting off logs. And then we got the blower. We got the twin battery, 40 volt, crazy turbo blower here. This thing is insane. But we got all these cool Seesii tools. And we just got one more. Check this thing out. This is a dual battery, 40 volt, 18-inch saw. I haven't put this one together yet, so I just opened the box. We're gonna do a little unboxing right here and put this thing together, try it out. It's one of those tools you never knew you needed until you have one. So this is an 18-inch. The other one was a 16. So this one is a little bit bigger. And we got our dual batteries. And we actually have dual chargers. Look at that thing. It's pretty compact. It's not that big. Once you get the batteries and all on it though, it gives a little bit of size. Actually, I think the 40 volt single battery might be bigger than this. But what comes in the pack? We actually got 2 chains. And that reminds me, I need to change the chain on the, change out the chain on the other saw. Got your blade cover. You got your, I guess that's what you use for bar. Oh wow, you don't have to use a wrench on this one at all. Now the other one has like the quick tightening, but you also have to use a wrench for it. So kind of defeats the purpose. All right, let's get the chain on there. Now I never really like these things because they always seem to loosen up on you a little bit. Not bad. This actually feels smaller than the other saw. Let's get us a couple of batteries in this thing. Try it out. See our batteries. We got 2 bars. This one has 3 bars. I think that might be enough to trim a little bit with it. Oh yeah, already I can tell it's got a little more zip to it. What do you guys want to cut first? Let's go try it on some pine. Let's try another piece and put a little more power on. This actually feels like it's got more power than the other one does. Not too bad. Well, the size difference and all, I don't know, but it's definitely stronger than the other saw. It really zipped through that thing pretty good. Yeah, the single 40 volt 16-inch saw does not cut that good. It cuts good, it just doesn't have that kind of power. Like, I actually romped down and I put some pressure on that thing and cut that thing hard. The other one you could do that with on full battery, but you can get it feel a little bogging and it will cut off on you if you put it in too big of a bind. This one right here, I didn't put it in a bind at all. It just kept cutting. And again, it's the cordless pruning saw, dual battery, 40 volt lithium. Go check it out. I got a link in the description with a discount code. And I want to thank Seesii for sending this saw out, and this one, and the blower, and the little saw. If you're a sawyer and have a sawmill, and you don't feel like cranking your saw up all the time, go check out electric saws, man. These things are awesome. You can't beat them. And one thing about this electric tools like this, I don't know how well they fare in the weather, and I don't want to leave them in the weather. Now, I have left this chainsaw and that chainsaw out here when it poured rain several times. It did not hurt them at the time, but I don't know if long-term exposure in the weather, I don't think that's probably not very good for them. It's not even good for your gas saws, but we all do it, right? We put them right in the back of the truck and let them live there. All right, it's time to get this wood stacked up on the sawhorses here. We're gonna start running out through the edger. And it's just that quick and simple. Now we're gonna take that up to the planer and get that stuff nice and flat down to 3/4. And I can't say this enough on this channel, the best upgrade we've ever done at the sawmill. Hands down, by far the best thing. So I'll tell you this, having an edger like that down here at the sawmill completely transforms the way you produce lumber. I definitely want to give a shout out to Range Road for making such an awesome edger at such an affordable price. This thing is awesome. At this point, I don't think I could ever run another sawmill without having an edger. It just spoils you. It spoils you rotten. That planing process is a lot longer than doing the edger because you have to run them through twice, basically twice or more anyway. So you gotta get it down to size. You gotta plane both sides. So it's a bit of a process. It takes a little longer. So I think we'll make a video of that by itself. Not by itself, but away from this one here because it's just gonna take up too much time. Plus, this weekend, we're gonna go on this thing right here. I gotta edge the boards first. When I get done with that, I'm gonna immediately get on this roof and get this thing finished. And don't forget, if you want your very own Standard Living Homestead sticker, make sure you drop your comment in, free sticker, and we'll make sure you get one. But that's gonna be it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. And hope you'll join us here at the sawmill in the next video. Have a great weekend.